Hey Harmonizers, it's my birthday. Guess how old I am turning today? So I thought for today we would do some just horsing around. I really wanted to take all of my horses out for a little bit of fun, just doing a little bit of stuff, and then gonna go out for some lunch with my family and take little Miss Evelyn with me. So I'd love to see what you guys guess. Don't worry, no hard feelings if you guess too high. I'm genuinely curious to see how old you think I am. But anyways, you can sing me happy birthday if you like, and let's go have some horsey fun. So we're going to start off with some footage of Alicia playing around with me today. I decided to do a groundwork session, and this is a little look at her Spanish walk. We haven't been working on her Spanish walk lately. We've been doing a few other things, so it was kind of cool to come out and play a little bit with the Spanish walk, and this is probably one of the longest, if not the longest, stretches of Spanish walk that she's actually done. So that's pretty cool. We've been doing little steps here and there, little stretches, and then this stretch here, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't count how many steps this is, but she did a really nice set of lots of steps. And then I just want to make sure she finishes strong with a good reaching step. Like there's a really good step there. And just making sure that she gets a nice good reach before we finish up that little stretch of steps. So that was really, really awesome. And then we worked a little bit on her rear cue, her jumping cue on the spot. So she did that really nicely. I never asked her to do too many of those just because it is physically very demanding on her. And I don't want to stress her out or anything like that. And then we worked a little bit on our rear and our levad cue, trying to get her to, she thinks she just needs to go up and kind of bounce on the ground. And so I was trying to get her to figure out if she could hold that rear a little bit longer. So trying to get her to balance a little bit better on her back legs. And so we're working on that a little bit, trying to hold that longer. So there actually is a half decent attempt there where she stayed an extra second up there. So just kind of asking her to go back up. And then here's a little look at some of the canter work that we were doing, some canter, and then kind of going down the wall a little bit together and stopping together, just kind of mirroring each other and trying to work on that canter work, trying to teach her to get a little bit more collected with that. So we had some fun with playing around with the canter. I'll do a little change of direction here and go the other way. Alicia is always so much fun to play with where she's getting at now, where she's so much lighter and she's really in tune with me and she's very, very smart and trainable. So she's just a lot of fun to work with. So here's a little look at the left lead now coming around and then going down the long side a little bit together and trying to stop together. So we're working on that a little bit. So she did really, really awesome. And then here is a look at Shiny. And Shiny's doing her first ride with a Garroche Pole. So I wanted to mostly play with my horses on the ground, but I wanted to do one ride for my birthday. So I rode Shiny and we went for a little ride with our Garroche Pole. So we're part of the Ontario Extreme Cowboy Club. So Ontario or Extreme Cowboy Racing is my favorite sport in horses, which is basically like an obstacle course but fast. And one of the challenges or one of the potential obstacles is a Garroche Pole. And so our club has been doing virtual challenges throughout the summer to try to just kind of keep people motivated and doing different things, even though we had no competitions this year. And the virtual challenge this time was a Garroche Pole challenge, where you always hold your Garroche Pole in your right hand, but you have to make a left circle and then a right circle. So you end up having to kind of cross your arm in front of your body when you're making that left circle because the pole has to stay in your right hand. So I thought, well, wouldn't this be fun to try to do it with Shiny and submit our video for the virtual challenge? It's just a fun little thing to do. So we filmed, well, first I just got her used to it because she'd never ridden carrying anything before. So I think Shiny, I haven't been recording her rides, but she's got to be somewhere around a little under 10 rides, in and around there. I never rode with anything before, like a pole or a flag or anything like that. So this is all brand new for her. So she did really well. I'm pretty impressed with her. We just kept it at the trot. We didn't venture into cantering with this just yet because canter's still pretty new for her. And really, she figured this out pretty nicely. And actually, the day before, I did it bridleless with Alicia, and we filmed it at the canter. So I submitted 2 videos for the OXC skills challenge, one with Shiny and one with Alicia. Like, that's pretty smooth there, making her change of direction, ducking underneath the pole, getting into our trot, going the other way, making that circle. She does some tiny little kind of motions with her head occasionally, taking the feedback from the steering, but overall she was really, really good with the steering and with the circles, and riding her with one hand, which is new. I've always kind of rode her direct reining before, so all pretty new stuff. Really, really happy with how she did that. So I'm going to share with you guys the clip that I ended up posting for the OXC skills challenge. So this is the one that I ended up submitting. We did it a couple times practicing before we got this one. So I come trotting in. You can see I put the pole over to my left side, and we get a complete trot circle to the left, and then we duck under pretty quickly and get up into our trot to go the other way. She does give me a little head toss there with the steering, but overall she does her circles pretty nicely. So I thought, that's good enough. She did a really good job, and finished out with our pole, and went off riding with our pole afterwards, just to pick it up and continue riding. So she did a really good job, and really, really like that. Here's another highlight clip. This one, I wasn't entirely sure if we were supposed to ride off with the pole or if we were supposed to stop afterwards with the pole. So here's the best one where I stop after the pole and I tip. If we were actually in an extreme cowboy race, we would probably complete the task and then we'd have to be going on to another pole. But I'm not entirely sure if we would end up dropping the pole or if we would take it with us somewhere. We'd probably take it with us somewhere. But anyways, that's me stopping after completing the little turns. And she did those circles really, really nice as well. So I was really happy with that. Okay. Really, she's just being a total superstar. And then here's just me putting the Garroche Pole off to the sides. I just wanted to show you guys how she's side passing to the wall a little bit there and just dropping the pole on the ground. You can see she tosses her head up because it makes a noise. But she does it really, really nicely. I was really impressed. I feel really, really good on her. I probably feel the most comfortable on her of any horse that I've started so quickly. So quickly, I trust her a lot and feel really in tune with her. And then here is a little bit playing with Secret. So Little Secret's my 2-year-old thoroughbred who I got as a weanling. So we just play around groundwork. She's a registered thoroughbred, so technically if I wanted to, I could put her into race training. It'd be hard to picture her being a racehorse now. She's such a gangly little thoroughbred. I don't know, I couldn't imagine riding her right now. She's not built for it at all. So she's just at home growing up right now. I can see her being a hunter in the future. She's got pretty nice movement, pretty flowy. And we were working on some stuff on the ground with her confidence, backing over the pole, side passing the pole, just doing a little bit of that kind of stuff. And then I did do a little bit of lunging and working on her transitions a little bit as well. She can be kind of funny because she's a little lazy to get going sometimes, a little lazy to grab those canter transitions, but at the same time she can be a little bit fiery as well. So if I really kind of push her into that canter, sometimes we'll see some spunkalicious stuff happening and going off and doing some bucks and stuff like that. She can be a little bit frisky, so she's kind of interesting that way, but she's a cute little mover, and she's looking really, really nice. Like, she's finally filling out. Her bum's looking really good, her neck's looking really good, so I'm pretty excited to see what she does in the future with as she continues to grow. So she's still got a long time to grow before I will even think about riding her just yet. And here she is doing the pedestal. So I actually have some footage of her back when she was a weanling getting on this very same pedestal. I'll have to go digging to find the picture of her getting on the pedestal. It was much easier for her before when she was a weanling because she could fit a lot easier. Now she's a much bigger girl and she has to figure out how do I place all my feet up on there. So there's Miss Secret up on the pedestal doing a really good job and looking super cute. She's really looking pretty healthy and filling out pretty nicely, which is great. And then just finishing off Secret session with teaching her to lay down. A lot of my horses have learned how to lay down in different ways, and for Secret, she learned how to lay down based on me just rewarding her and giving her a cookie when she was laying down naturally. So the one downside to her learning that particular way to lay down is that when I ask her to go down, it's not necessarily targeted in a certain spot. So you can see how she kind of drifts around a little bit and kind of looks at me and I'm like, yeah, we're still going to ask you to lay down. So although I stay in the same spot, she'll kind of move around and then she does go down, but it's not necessarily a precise spot where she lays down. So anyways, we'll work on that, getting that a little smoother and getting that a little faster. But I only take her out to play with probably once or twice a month just to kind of keep handling her and do a little bit of stuff, but we're not really focusing on anything. She's mostly just getting to grow up and just play around and enjoy hanging out. All my horses got Beamer treatments for the day as well. We started off which is kind of like an energy pulse kind of blanket that increases circulation but also helps boost that parasympathetic system so that way they can relax and heal and digest and feel better. And I didn't take little Bunny out, but just wanted to share a clip with you guys. And it started to snow on my birthday, which is ridiculous because I don't think I've ever had snow on my birthday before. But yeah, it actually started snowing, which is totally crazy. So that's little Bunny just hanging out and eating in the field. So anyways, thanks so much guys for watching. Bye for now.